See. Susan, thanks for hanging on, Susan. In Rancho Cucamonga, just wanted to say hi. How are you this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thanks. How can we serve you?
Well, is this Ryan?
Yes, ma'am.
It doesn't even sound like you.
It doesn't?
Does it? What sounds different?
Oh, hi, Ellen.
Is his voice lower today? Is it higher? What's up?
It is. It's lower.
She sounds like Ellen, and it sounds
lower.
Well, thank you.
Oh.
I'll take that as a compliment.
I'm calling today because I have a really sensitive subject, and I need your advice on what I should do.
Okay, well, here we are.
Okay, so recently I found out that my 18-year-old son is smoking marijuana, and he's able to buy it legally.
What?
Yeah.
And so how's he buying it legally?
Well, him and his friends went to a, quote, doctor, and they only had to walk in and sit down and tell them what their problem was, and they're all, they all just graduated from high school, so they said football injury, track injury, shoulder, whatever, and the doctor signed off on it, and they each paid him $30.
Okay.
So at 18, they don't need your permission. They're considered adults.
Right. At 18, they don't need mom and dad's permission. And, I mean, my kid's a good kid. I'm sure all kids are good kids. But, you try and teach him at home, right from wrong and whatever. But he's chose, to do that. So first of all, I think it was just shocking that he's able to do that. I understand he's 18, but pay $30. He can go buy it wherever. I don't know what happens if he gets stopped, but, and it's good for a year. So that's my first problem.
Okay, what's part two?
And then part two is he told me, the names of the friends that went with him. They all did it together, but one in particular is his best friend. It's a family friend. We've been vacationing together. Our girls have been to school since kindergarten, and he's 19. And so my predicament is I'm dealing with my son, but then I also have my best friend because her son did it too.
So you don't know what should you tell your best friend about this or not?
Yeah.
Well, what about this? Why don't you get your son and his best friend together and tell the best friend, look, I'm in a really bad position because your mother is my best friend too. So do you want me to tell her, or are you going to tell her? Because she's going to find out somehow, and I feel horrible keeping a secret.
Yeah.
I mean, that way you give the...
Look, Susan, let me just, I'm not a parent, but let me cut to the chase scene. You're going to tell your best friend. Like, you're going to do it. You're debating this in your head now, but there's no chance that you're not going to tell this mother. There's just no chance. Inevitably, somebody's going to find out.
But then I really have to make my son understand, which I know he's 18 and...
But what about this? What about if your son's friend ends up telling his mom, or it comes out, right? And then the mom calls you and says, how come you didn't tell me this? You're my best friend.
That's why you're in a bad position.
Yeah. That's why I don't have kids right now. This is why.
That is not why.
No.
Because I asked my son, if she knew, and he said... no, but that's the difference. And I'm not saying her parenting is better or worse.
Sounds like what you've got to do is tell your son that you're going to tell this mom.
Yeah, and then we'll just have to work it out.
And then you guys will probably decide together the right thing to do.
Yeah, and on a last note, I thank you very much for your, time and listening. But all this hype about legalizing marijuana, it is legal for $30.
Well, thanks for telling all the other 18-year-olds.
And you know what? A couple of you are calling in where you can get it for $12. That's outside the city. Hey, good luck, Susan. Thanks for calling.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, Ellen.
All right, sweetheart.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, I'll talk to my son, and we'll see where it takes us.
Yeah,
let us know.
Okay, I will.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, I bet you just can't wait.
On Air with Ryan Seacrest returns in a moment.
6.7 KIIS FM.
Summer may be over, but if you live in SoCal, you know that